What's playing out on day 12? It's again the focus on two big cities, the city of Kyiv, the capital, as well as Kharkiv. Ukraine claims Russia's intensified shelling in cities of north, central and south of Ukraine. Russia has made advances essentially in south of Ukraine over the weekend and along the coast. They're facing relentless resistance, however, from Ukraine. Ukraine Air Defense Forces claim to have shot down a Russian fighter jet on Sunday over Kharkiv. In the last 2 days, Ukraine has claimed to have shot down more than 5 such Russian planes. With each passing hour, meanwhile, Russian forces are inching closer towards the capital city of Kyiv. We're putting out a video now in a few moments of the Russian Defense Ministry showing a video of its troops marching towards Kyiv in tanks and in armored vehicles. We're going to be putting out that video of the Russian Defense Ministry showing the massive troop buildup, and we've been putting out images of how there've been kilometers long military convoy that's been heading towards Kyiv. The Defense Ministry of Russia has given more details of that particular convoy, showing armored vehicles, tanks, all of them moving towards the capital city of Kyiv. Ukraine's armed forces have also released a video in which military personnel are seen building trenches, roadblocks and armed checkpoints on the roads leading up to the capital. Marine Corps, a crucial part of the Ukrainian forces. The gentleman over here is going to show how the women in the Marine Corps wear the bulletproof jackets. A very heavy one. Are you going to demonstrate? He wants me to wear it and see. An experience for myself. Oh my God, that is heavy. That is really heavy. So this is what the women in the Ukrainian armed forces wear. It's pretty heavy. And then okay, that's what he does. Okay, and then the helmet. Yes, that's standing with Ukraine. Standing with Ukraine. And then okay. See, it's interesting. The gentlemen over here, all right, but they're from the Marine Corps, so they're not going to show us their faces. So he's covered it because he was helping me. He's covered his face and he's come here. Okay, I'm not going to hold. Do you want me to hold a gun as well?
Yes.
I've never held. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so this is pretty difficult. Is this how it goes? My God. So this is how the women. Oh, I can't breathe. You need tremendous amount of training to be able to do this. To be able to hold a gun. To be able to wear this life jacket, this vest, this bulletproof vest, and the helmet, which is also pretty heavy, and then go into combat to fight for Ukraine against the Russians. With Kuldeep.
Thank you.
In one of the camps over here. In Kyiv, Geeta Mohan for India Today. What Geeta just showed you, many civilians, many women who've never held those kind of assault rifles, who've never worn those kind of jackets, are doing that now to defend their country. There are many women who've also stepped up to volunteer and help civilians. Some are medics, others have joined the Territorial Defense Fighters team. Here's a report that shows how women are fighting and helping bravely side by side amid this war with men.
I'm Maria Pisarenko reporting from Kyiv, and we are in Volunteer Fighters Help Center, and here we can see not only men coming to get some help to bring something for their positions in their units, but also women who are fighting for Ukraine side by side with men. So, for example, here is the lady who came to procure her unit with food, with medicine and other stuff, and now we will talk with her, ask her about what she's doing here. Можемо зараз дуже швидко, так? So she's, as you, як вас звати? Тетяна. Ви англійською говорите? Ні, не говорю. So this is Tatiana, and we will talk with Tatiana in the street, yeah, because She's now very busy trying to gather all the things needed. So, так, давайте тут зупинимося, зупинимося. So, ви дивитесь на мене. Тетяна, розкажіть, будь ласка, ви з якого підрозділу, чим ви займаєтеся?
Я тероборони Києва. Зараз на даний момент ми займаємося обороною Києва, також охороняємо некоторі об'єкти. Хлопці наші зараз на даний момент на передовій, це в тих гарячих об'єктах, тих гарячих, допустим, точках, там, де зараз почалась така конкретна, уже потужна війна.
Що це, Буча, Бровари?
Це наші хлопці в Бучі, наші хлопці в Бровари, наші хлопці зараз охороняють, держать оборону в Бориспольському аеропорту, потім в Гостомелі говорила.
Так, зараз паузу. So, Tatiana says us that she is a representative of the unit which now defends Ukraine against Russians in such hotspots as Bucha, Hostomel, also Boryspil airport, which is where the deadliest battles are happening right now. And she says that her main task here is to gather medicine, to gather some stuff for the fighters who are all over Kyiv defending Kyiv. So this is Kyiv Territorial Defense Unit.
Truly amazing stories that are emerging every single day from Ukraine of how civilians are now stepping up, particularly in the capital city of Kyiv, where people are coming together to say we will not allow Russia to step foot in our city. But what's really the situation on the ground? Gaurav Sawant and Shweta Singh, who are in Kyiv and who've been getting you voices from the ground, telling you what's the situation, also spoke with the Kyiv governor on the current situation. What's the plan of action? Listen into that conversation.
The attack on Kyiv is imminent. This is the map of the Kyiv region, and with us on this special broadcast is Oleksiy Kuleba, the governor of Kyiv. My colleague Shweta Singh and I are posing some questions to him about the threat that Kyiv faces at this point of time. Governor, the attack is coming in on this map. Can you tell us where all are the Russian forces? Where is the main attack coming from at this point of time?
Now main attack came from Zhytomyr district and Vyshgorod district.
Okay.
Are you worried for the civilians, the people who are living here?
One more.
Yes,
Yes, of course. We worried about everyone who have problem living here, yeah, and we have register each people, each problem, and we will find all of them, and we will help all of them.
Sir, electricity and gas, that apparently is a problem in Mariupol, in some other places. What is the situation in Kyiv? Are you fearing that electricity and gas could be a problem for the people still in Kyiv?
I will give you inclusive information as you like. 1 hour ago, we have a problem with gas because we have a damage from airplane, Russian rocket, and we make decision, and nearly 100 people will have no gas at all because that's problem. We have to ask all the world to close the sky from the Russian rockets.
And there are reports that a lot of civilians have come back to Ukraine, to Kyiv. How many would you say?
More than 100,000 people crossed the border to Kyiv. It's all men that will fight for our country.
Governor, the attack, we are told, is happening at Hostomel, in Irpin, in Bucha. How much time, in your appreciation, before this part of Kyiv where we are, how safe is this, and how safe is this likely to remain?
It's very simple, never. No.
So the threat is real. The threat to Kyiv is real. Whether it's the artillery, whether it's the rockets or the air attack. And this is where the governor says they will stay and defend Kyiv, and people are coming in for it. For talking to India Today, Governor, many thanks. With Shweta Singh and camera person Pawan Kumar in Kyiv, Ukraine, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Everyone's talking about the capital city of Kyiv, and that's why India Today has ensured that our largest team of reporters are out in the capital city, constantly getting you updates of what's playing out. And what's very clear is that Russian forces are slowly and surely closing in on the capital city. It's turned into a complete fortress. There are sandbags, roadblocks almost in every single road. The streets also were very, very empty look. Here's more on exactly what's playing out in Kyiv from India Today's reporters.
To a ghost town, to the latest battle frontier.
Any steel plant, any welding plant, any iron, any industry that's engaged with any iron works, they have stopped everything. All that they're manufacturing are these hedgehogs, these barriers, and these are extremely crucial. This is iron. It's a cross, this is a barrier. Their aim is to block the advance of the Russian tanks and the Russian armored personnel carriers.
The city, Kyiv, has changed drastically in just days. Air raid sirens are a constant.
That's an air raid siren going up once again, which means an air attack is imminent. That's an air raid siren going up here in Kyiv, and this is the heart of Kyiv. So if an air raid siren is going up here, it could point to perhaps an incoming hostile. It could be an aircraft that's coming in. It could be, a missile coming in. We do not know. But the air raid siren is just going off here in Kyiv.
Streets are completely empty. Checkpoints and roadblocks dot the capital.
There are personnel around me. What you can also see is sandbags being put all over this place. Even as you and I speak, this is Kyiv bracing for an imminent air attack. Volunteers are coming forward, as you see in these images. Now, these are gunny bags filled with sand, and they are being stacked up one on top of the other. This is full of sand that's been brought into this area, and one after the other, this place is being stacked up.
The Russian forces are already near Irpin, a suburb bordering Kyiv. Russian missiles are not even sparing civilians at Irpin. Kyiv is surrounded. A 60-kilometer long Russian convoy is parked just outside the capital. A ferocious all-out attack on Kyiv may be a matter of moments.
At the Freedom Square here in Kyiv, Ukrainians coming together to help mobilize and support their forces to ensure that the Russian forces are not able to breach this capital city of Ukraine.
With a final push, the Russians hope to gain control of the capital. How long can the capital stand free? With Gaurav Sawant and Geeta Mohan in Kyiv battle zone, Bureau Report, India Today.
So that's what's playing out right now in the capital city of Kyiv. There are two cities, as I mentioned, that everyone's talking about. One is Kyiv, the other is Kharkiv. It's the second largest city in Ukraine. For the last many days, 5 days at least, there's been endless destruction in Kharkiv. Some citizens have now stepped up, volunteering, helping each other. They're also helping to stock food for animals of the city.
Kharkiv, Ukraine. Hello, my Indian friends. Hello, India Today. Now I want to show you what happened. The volunteers find and buy something for dogs, cats, for Kharkiv animals, because there are many animals right now in this year in the city, and we have no logistic, have no roads who had no airports. That's why these people find, buy, and try to need to save some food for animals. One child, Maxim, 23 years old. Что он делает сейчас?
Он сейчас уехал в Полтаву, с женой прячется.
He must drive to Poltava to save his life.
Прячется с женой.
He must save his family.
Мать Краснограде.
His mother right now in Krasnograd is near the Kharkiv. She is not on the Kharkiv. This man is volunteers who right now find and transfer the food for animals. Hi, it's Tanya.
Hi.
Tanya, how are you?
It's scary a little bit, but it's a lot of food for our animals and for animals that are hungry now. We will drive tomorrow to bring it.
Truly amazing to see how these citizens are stepping up to ensure that even animals are taken care of at this time of conflict. Now, focusing on Kharkiv, we've been telling you constantly what the situation is. We also had an exclusive conversation with the governor of the city, Ihor Terekhov, who said that the situation is very, very tough and it's very disturbing in the city.
And joining us live now is Governor Ihor Terekhov. He's the governor of the city of Kharkiv. It's Ukraine's second largest city and has become defined and known as a city that's come under the most aggressive attacks from Russia. This is a city, remember, that is only 40 kilometers from the Russian border. Governor Terekhov, thank you for speaking to India today. I'd like to start by asking you what the current situation is, sir, in your city, Kharkiv, right now.
Unfortunately, the situation in Kharkiv it's really tough and disturbing. Russia is currently bombing the whole city. They are bombing the residential areas as well as critical infrastructure of the whole city. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people dying every day. People are trying to get to buy some foods or goods, and at that time, unfortunately, there are still bombing and a lot of people dying. So the situation is really, really tough and disturbing.
Governor Terekhov, how much of the city of Kharkiv has been damaged so far? We've been seeing video after video of the attacks on your city. How much of it is damaged right now?
During these 11 days, they're still bombing us every day, during the day and during the night. Thousands of people are trying to find another shelter. Police stations, municipal buildings, as well as residential areas are under bombing, are under attack. Kharkiv is really damaged.
Welcome back. Hall of Fame heavyweight boxing brothers Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko are taking up arms now in Ukraine's fight against Russia. Vitaly is also the mayor of the Ukrainian city of Kyiv. We get to their interesting story next.
Superstars, global sporting icons, immensely famous and with millions of doting fans worldwide. They once donned boxing gloves to bring laurels to their country and to the world. Now former heavyweight boxing champion Vitaly Klitschko and his equally famous brother are taking up arms to defend their native motherland, Ukraine.
I'm calling to all the international partners to observe this tragedy that is happening nowadays in Ukraine and this senseless war, which is not going to have any winners but losers.
Amidst all-out war on their nation unleashed by mighty Russia, the champion boxer and his brother and fellow Hall of Famer Vladimir Klitschko are ready.
But mentally, it frustrates you. Vitaly Klitschko has been the mayor of Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, since 2014, and he now says he's ready to fight. Describing working with police and military to support critical infrastructure and keeping essential supplies like gas, electricity, and water running.
Друзі, дорогі кияни, ніч була складною, але російських військ в столиці немає. Ворог намагається прорватися в місто, зокрема зі сторони Гостомеля, Житомира. Там агресори знешкоджені.
His brother, former heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko, enlisted in Ukraine's reserve army, saying that his love for his country compelled him to defend it.
The dignity of man is being called into question.
Here, the brothers are making a fervent appeal to religious leaders to intervene and do so soon.
I expressly appeal to the world's spiritual leaders to take a stand and assume that moral function that is incumbent upon them, and to proudly assume the responsibility of their religions for peace.
The immensely famous brothers are among countless Ukrainian civilians responding to the call of their motherland.
All this support came from you guys and friends and partners, international partners. Thank you so much. We're receiving packages, we're receiving food, we're receiving medicine. You're great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's never enough though. Thank you.
Like many brave Ukrainians, they also want to protect, save, and battle for honor and freedom.